Hey everybody, it is TorontoUnicorn, and I realized I have not been on a live stream in about 5 months, and I felt negligent for not coming and hanging out and chatting with you guys. So I'm here, and I wanted to fill you in on where I've been and why I haven't been uploading as many videos on YouTube. So first of all, I do need to do a sound check. Can somebody please write in the comment section if my audio is working? Because I just tried this little live stream a few minutes ago and it was not. So please do comment and say like sound is working. Yeah, like let me know because otherwise I'm gonna and then it'll be for nothing. So please let me know. Okay, thank you so much. You guys awesome. Ron, Joseph, appreciate you. All right, guys, I have been a busy little beaver and I'm about to tell you where I've been and what I've been doing. I happen to have a bubble tea. So if I talk with my mouth full of chunks of tapioca, sorry, not sorry. That's just how I do things. I'll do my best not to talk with my mouth full. But yeah, so I wanted to tell you where I've been and why you won't be seeing me post as many videos on YouTube, especially the last couple months and into the future as well. So I'm not going to lie to you. This is a censored place. Okay. I have had to constantly beep bad words or completely cut out parts of videos because they were too graphic for the YouTube audience. And it really got me to a place of fearing the platform more than embracing the platform. And so I'm a pretty uncensored, bold girl. And I don't like to be harnessed. Sometimes I do, but in the YouTube world and in my content creation world, I don't want to be restrained, harnessed, put through a filter of, better not say fuck. Like, I want to be able to drop as many F bombs as I effing want to. See, I'm already censoring here. And I've decided to go towards those, platforms that encourage that. And so I am actually very happy to announce to you that my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle podcast, it is a podcast that I've been doing for years in tandem with this YouTube channel. Up until recently, it was just an audio cut of all of my YouTube videos from 2022 onwards. And it was like, if you're in the car on a car ride, you could listen to my vlog, go into sex clubs or swinger clubs and hear all about it. At first, when I made the podcast, I thought, who's going to want to listen to just the audio version of me having, telling a story when you could look into my eyes on YouTube, right? But people do. People listen. There's a lot of downloads on that podcast. So, what I have decided recently, based on the advancement of Spotify specifically, is that you can now watch my existing videos, the videos on Spotify that are in tandem with what's on my YouTube channel. So, for example, the viral video that I have, the very first live stream I ever did on this channel, is called Threesome at a Sex Club My Story. It's currently at like 1.6 million, so it's done well. That video is now also on Spotify. So in the future, you're going to also see additional content on Spotify that was not allowed on YouTube. For example, there's a certain episode. Okay, I have to find it. And I'm telling you, I'm not rehearsed on this. Okay, episode 12 of my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle is called My First Group Sex or whatever. This video got taken down off YouTube, okay? It was like I got in trouble on my channel for posting that video. Well, that video is now on Spotify. So you can actually go and hear the story and watch my face as I tell it, and it's free. Spotify is an app that you can get on your iPhone. It's also an app that you can get on your computer. It's a free app. I think I pay for premium because I like to be able to save playlists and listen to songs whenever I want, but it's free. And you can listen to my podcast for free, even if you don't pay for Spotify. So you can download Spotify, not pay anything, and listen and watch my content. I have various podcasts. At this point, I have 6 podcasts. So the one I'm talking about is my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle. It is now completely converted, except for 4 episodes, to a video podcast. So before 2 weeks ago, this didn't happen. This was not a real thing. My videos on YouTube were just what was on YouTube, and now you can get them on Spotify. And not only that, just like I said about episode, whichever episode this is, 12, there's going to be additional content that you would never see on YouTube. So, yes, it is available on Android. If you want to go into whatever app store or equivalent you have and search for Spotify, I also have the links to Spotify and my podcast on my website as well. So, what I have been doing the last couple, I would say, week or so, is manually uploading every single one of my YouTube videos for the most part into the existing episode that existed. So, for example, I had an episode for, a sex club, hookup that I had. Well, I took down the MP3 audio and I uploaded the MP4 video. So yes, if you're listening on Apple, if you're listening on any other Podbean or any other site, you're just going to get the audio of the podcast. But if you open Spotify and hopefully other listening apps in the future, you will see my freaking face. Okay, look at me to get these opportunities. So, anyways, this is Spotify. This is a video podcast. So the good news is they are also currently ad-free. So you don't have to listen to an ad before you hear me talk. You don't have to hear me get interrupted for an ad. For right now, they are all entirely free. So I hope that you check it out. I have been manually updating so far, like several hundred videos. I have several hundred more to backdate and put up on this podcast. So I have just been so busy, but I wanted to tell you that the censorship on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok are tough. And I don't thrive in places where I'm constantly afraid of my message being too abrupt or like too pushing the envelope, or I might offend somebody because I talked about sex. Like, God forbid I talk about and I naturally am so freaking uncensored that I've decided to lean into my uncensored and bring you along with me. And it's still free. It's completely free. And don't listen with anybody in the car with you if you don't want to be blushing, because I drop F-bombs. I talk about sex in detail. And it's just what I can speak freely on a podcast. So not only that, but I hope you saw my Dear Diary promo video I put on my YouTube channel. It is the biggest I call it the TorontoUnicorn next chapter. And I am making podcast episodes called Dear Diary. It's TorontoUnicorn. I make about 2 a week right now, sometimes more, sometimes less. And right now it's mostly audio format, but I talk to the listener about everything to do in my life, not just the sexy parts, not just whether I'm going to a club that night. I talk about the content creation process, the current, challenges I'm dealing with certain, hosting sites. Like, for example, Dailymotion did not want me. I tried to put some of my videos up there. They deleted my whole fucking account. So I am living and learning the hard way, how to make my content live on, how to preserve it. And so I talk about that a lot in my diary. And my diary talks about, the guy I'm dating, what I've been up to that week. If I hung out with the girls, I talk about that. I go in detail of sometimes I have I call them Karen moments at the gym, because I don't like it when people talk to me at the gym, let alone come and kick me off of a machine because technically they booked it. So I sometimes just go to my diary and I'm like, you won't believe what this bitch did. Like, it's kind of like a friend that calls you and you just listen to them give you an update. And that is what Dear Diary is. And Ara was saying that she listens to my podcast while she's walking. And she's like, it's kind of like I'm walking with you because I'm listening to you talk as I'm walking. So I love that. And if you can if you have more space in your life for TorontoUnicorn and you want to still get, weekly uploads, at least, not only on my fan page, which I upload pretty much every single day, but my podcast, Dear Diary, you will get a fresh new episode from me at least once a week, because I'm not turning on a big camera. I'm not putting on my makeup and sitting and then presenting something. I basically put a microphone on. If I could be in my pajamas, sometimes I'm not. My hair could be all messy, whatever. And I just talk. And that's the whole point of the diary, is I do it when I feel like it, not when I'm camera ready, right? So I just really wanted to share with you that that's where I've been. YouTube is tough, okay? It's tough because of the censorship, but there's also another reason. I don't go to sex clubs that much anymore. And I'm currently dating somebody. I'm very, very happy. I'm going to be talking a lot more about that on my diary. But I don't actually have the same experiences going to sex clubs and hearing and seeing all the swinger stuff as I used to. And so the content that I'm making now, yeah, I'm still going to lifestyle parties. I'm going and documenting those. I was supposed to go to Bukkake night tomorrow, but we had to reschedule that. So I'm still doing those things, but that'll be fewer and far between, right? Now, my content and especially my diary content is more about what I'm doing now with my life, right? If I have an interview for my podcast, I talk about getting ready for it. And then I also have behind the scenes footage. So I take pictures of me basically filming stuff or, eating my big breakfast out, with R that I talk about in my diary. And I put pictures on my Patreon, which is new, and my OnlyFans. So I have been having a ball showing my life, showing behind the scenes of what it's like to be Toronto Unicorn authentically, for good or bad. Obviously, I don't show the terrible stuff because I'm my own editor. So I can choose what I put up and what I don't. But yeah, so I wanted to go and answer some of your questions now because I really appreciate you guys all being here. So, okay. So hello, Joseph and Ron. Thanks again for being here and helping me with my sound check. Joseph says, when you get a minute, can you tell us what Spotify is? I'm new at this stuff. I just YouTube. That's great. I'm glad you said that because I'm sure a lot of other people are like, what the fuck is Spotify? Spotify, I'm going to show you on my phone. Well, I'm not going to hold up my phone actually. But it's basically this app at the bottom there. And it's, you can go to your app store and you can download it. You can also go to like the Spotify website, you just Google it and download like an application for your computer. And they have Mac or PC. Again, it's free. You can pay for it if you want the premium features, but you do not have to pay for Spotify to listen to my podcasts. All of them are free, including my Sex Stories podcast, which I don't even advertise the episodes on YouTube for fear of getting in trouble. Listen to me carefully. I don't even tell my YouTube audience when I post an episode because I'm afraid the title will get me in trouble. So if you've just been listening to me on YouTube, you are clearly missing out. I do hope you link, if you look in the description here, there's a link for my campsite.bio. That is basically a link tree of all my links. You will be able to find me there. Okay, let's keep going. Hello, Michelle. You said it's been a long time. So glad to see you. I know it has been 5 months. And the reason I know that is because I just uploaded all my previous live streams to my Spotify podcast and my new Vimeo channel, which is a backup of everything I've ever done and more. Because right now my task is to make my content that exists on YouTube exist elsewhere. So currently, every single one of my 900 videos on this channel also exists on Vimeo. I'm in the process of putting the thumbnails up and making them public. But that's, what I'm doing behind the scenes. That's why I'm not constantly making videos because I'm trying to redistribute my existing content and put it out on multiple channels so that other people can find it. So, okay, let's keep going here. Yes, Android, I've acknowledged you can do it on Android. Hello, Growin' Mo Flower. Hope all is well. Ron says, thank you for all you do, darling. Keep it coming. Love what you do. Thank you. I'm going to keep reading for you here. What would happen if YouTube did something about it? What would happen to you? Well, just like my dear friend, Kathy K from the Strictly Anonymous Confessions podcast, her entire YouTube channel was deleted. Just absolutely deleted every single video. Every subscriber didn't even get a notification because she put up one bad video or something that YouTube didn't like, and they deleted it all. Like a nuclear weapon, they deleted her channel. It could happen to me. And if it happens to me, I'm ready because I've got my content on Vimeo and I've got my content on Spotify, the video podcast for my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle podcast. So it's not like my content will die, but I might lose my audience here, right? And the community here. So that's all the more reason for you to stay, subscribe to my fan page where I do chat with fans. You can always just follow me on my website. If anything ever happens to my channel, I'll be putting a post on my website telling people, where to go to find my content now. So, and it's already live. My content is already up on Vimeo. It's already up on Spotify. So yeah, I'm really excited because the Spotify is uncensored. Okay. I'm allowed to say the big bad words. I'm allowed to go into detail about my experiences. penises and tell sex stories. So I'm just thrilled because you get to see me almost in my natural habitat of being uncensored. All right, so let me keep going here. Is Spotify just podcasting or videos? So Spotify just recently got into the video podcast. It up until recently was just audio podcasts and, music and whatever. But now they've literally just they're ahead of the times. It's video podcasts. So if you open the same episode on my on Apple, you won't see my face. If you open that episode on Spotify, you will see my face. So cool. And that may change in the future, right? I hope they all advance in a similar way, but for now, Spotify is it. Okay. Joseph says, what a lucky guy. Well, that's nice. Thank you. In your opinion, is Fan Club and those other apps, TikTok, worth it? What we pay? So if you join someone's fan page, I think it should be because you want to see more from that creator, right? Because you can get like free, cheap porn all over the internet. So if you want to follow somebody's specific energy and see more of that person, I think it's worthwhile because it's not like that information's available elsewhere for free, right? It's like a private community of people and content. So for me, I think it's worth it because not only do you get to see me post so much content, including so much racy content I could never even tell YouTube. I'd have to cover my eyes and like tell you what I've done, but I'm a little coy about it. But I do have some like PPV videos that I sell and things like that. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm on YouTube, but the fan page is also where you keep up to date with whatever I'm working on. And so recently I created a sex and swinging episode for one of my podcasts, and I put the video with a few of my friends entirely unblurred. Tanya was unblurred, R was unblurred, and Curly Vixen was. So yeah, you might only hear the audio version of these podcasts normally, but if you're on my fan page, you get to see us girls having a Zoom chat and like our facial expressions and you get to see our faces while we're talking. So I think there's a lot of added value on my fan pages. I can't speak about everybody's fan page, but if you even just want to have a conversation with me and like shoot the shit, I'd love to. I would absolutely love to get to know you. Okay, let's keep going here. Hello, Nikki, the Bull Cartier, I think, or whatever. I'm from London. Great to see you. Love live being watching your YouTube videos. You're very beautiful and sexy. Well, thank you very much from London. That's so cool. I'm always surprised to know that UK is actually one of my biggest demographics. Sometimes it's actually my number 2 demographic, and my first one is the States. The United States of America is my number 1 viewer. Sometimes it's Canada as a close second, if not the United Kingdom. So it's pretty cool to see. Funny enough, my podcasts are so diverse. If you look at the people who listen to my podcasts, even my Dear Diary or whatever, it's so many countries. It's like Germany, Ireland, like India, like even Russia. I'm like, yeah, poor Russia. Like they have a lot of censorship. So I'm glad that my content exists for the people out there looking, because I don't know. I have so much small pockets of viewership across the world that it just shows you the world is, it's just so cool to reach so many people. I mean, I'm a little like small town girl, like living in Toronto, Ontario. Like, I didn't think I would be making friends with someone from London, but yeah, here we are. Yeah. Yes. On Spotify, you do get to see my outfits because I'm in the video. So just like I showed you a little video clip, look at the outfit. All right, better turn that off so I don't get in trouble. But yeah, hello, Max from Nova Scotia. I have a small little detail. One of my family members is actually from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. So I have a big spot in my heart for Nova Scotians. So where can I come meet you? Richie says, well, I don't really do a lot of meetups. Sometimes I do announce on my YouTube channel when I'm going to be at a club, like a sex club, or, and I'll put the call out like, hey, if you want to join me, this is a night. But I don't really have a lot of meetups. I don't coordinate a lot of them, but I do know that I will be at the Taboo show coming up in Toronto. I'm not sure exactly what day or days, but I'll be there ready and with a bunch of TorontoUnicorn condoms to give out to anyone who comes up and says they're a fan. So excuse me, Richie from Pennsylvania. Hello. I have actually been to Pennsylvania quite a few times. I like to go shopping. Well, I did like to go shopping at your outlet malls back in the day. So, all right, let's keep going. Uh, Joseph asks, is my opinion of porn sites fake? Well, I mean, I can't talk about porn very much here, but not all porn is fake. It's just depending on what you're looking at. But that's what I like about the authentic OnlyFans pages, because I've even like peeked at other creators. There's a lot of other swear influencers that have fan pages, and I'll go and like look at them, and I'm intrigued to see these cute, sexy people doing these TikToks having the naughty time, right? Like, it's just like, how do you not want to see that? I think I have some bubble tea in my teeth. Okay. I told you I'd try to stop talking with my mouth full. All right. Joseph says, have you talked to your boyfriend, and is he going to allow you to do what you do? Correct. A fair question, but let me just focus on the word allow. Okay. No one's going to tell me what to fucking do in my life. Not now, not ever. And the man that loves me will already know that. And so the good news is the man that I actually fell for, and I can't wait to, really talk about that a little bit more. He genuinely loves me and accepts me for who I am. He knows every single video I've ever made. He knows that in 2 days from now or whatever, I was planning to go to bukkake night with a friend. No issue, no problem, right? It's just, he completely accepts me for my lifestyle and what I want to do. So me and him don't necessarily play with other people right now. We're keeping it just me and him. So I guess you would call us monogamous, even though I am on the lookout for another girl that might be a good fit for the two of us to explore having our first threesome together. So I am kind of looking for something different that way. But so I will be talking more about him. But the good news is I joined this lifestyle as a single woman. I had the time of my fucking life. And then I happened to meet the man of my dreams and have been spending the last couple years on and off, beaming happy from the inside out. And I just can't believe that putting myself on YouTube is literally how I found him. He ended up, believe it or not, somebody who wrote a comment on one of my YouTube videos. Then I responded. Then we started commenting more. Then we went to Instagram and started talking. Then we got, in real life. And so it was literally a YouTube fan in my comment section that I fell in love with. So it has been a while now. So I feel like it's pretty stable. And I'll be talking more about that on my Dear Diary podcast. So if you're interested in hearing about that, I'd love to share. I think you can tell even just the look on my face. Like, there's something about finding a person that makes you feel beautiful when you wake up and your hair is all over the place, and yesterday's eyeliner is like half down your face, and I probably have morning breath, and he looks at me the way he looks at me. It's like I could never be more beautiful. And I needed somebody who accepted me for good or bad, with makeup, without makeup. I'm not always going to be a YouTuber. So I also needed to find somebody that would be okay if I, put the camera down. And I found him. So I'm thrilled. I can't wait to talk about him more. But again, the reason I'm not really on YouTube that much is I'm finding that I'm more comfortable podcasting, and especially the video podcast where you can still watch my face for free, talking to you, telling you my stories. But on podcasts, I won't be beeping out words. I won't be saying D instead of dick. Like, I'll be pulling out the big guns. So I'm glad that I was able to connect with you guys. I have been negligent since it's been 5 months. But yeah, let me just answer a few more questions. Let's see here. I don't know if you had a boyfriend. How did you two meet? Yeah, well, it was YouTube. I know. I didn't talk about my boyfriend for a while, even though we've been dating for a while, because, I didn't want to ruin it. First of all, I also had some, I wanted to keep things a little bit out of the public eye, because I didn't want to ruin it. Like, I didn't want to be like, I don't know if you guys remember, but on my other channel, my TorontoUnicorn Everything channel, I used to put dating vlogs out, and I'd be like, hey, this is me. I'm like on my way to a date. And then I'd like check in later and I was like, so the date went well. I think he really liked me. And then I'd never fucking hear from the guy again. And so I was like, well, what do I do? Do I make a video being like, I got ghosted? Or do people care? Like, so I just realized really early on that documenting my dating lifestyle was just not great. And so I did kind of keep it quiet, but I also wanted to, for my own reasons, let something blossom in private. All right, so I'm going to get going soon. So I just wanted to finish the questions, but keep them coming if you want to keep me here. Taboo is in October. I just actually interviewed the head guy at the Taboo show for a podcast tonight, and that podcast will be coming out in September. But yeah, the dates for October 2025 in Toronto are October 17th to 19th. So that's pretty cool. All right, what great advice as into how you guys started on YouTube, because I always wonder that if some people respond it's BS or not, but that's good to know. Well, I don't know about other channels, but when I respond to every comment I can, but no one else has ever responded to a comment for me on my YouTube, on my fan page, nothing. I'm always the one engaging. I don't ever hire people to do it. I've never been like, hey, can you answer a bunch of these, copy and paste them responses? Nothing. Some people might do that. I don't do that. And so that's true. The truth is I met this guy because he watched my YouTube channel and wrote me a great comment. And then I responded. And then that's the story of how we started. OnlyFans, for example, you have to pay their OnlyFans price, and then if you want to subscribe, you pay their price as well. No, so OnlyFans is a site that you could technically not pay anything if you subscribe to people's free accounts. But if you did, like for example, my OnlyFans is $15 a month. I usually run a first month discount, but then if you subscribe, you'd be paying that $15. That's what you'd be paying. So I don't think you pay for OnlyFans like the privilege of being a member. I don't think you do. My name on Spotify, TorontoUnicorn. If you search TorontoUnicorn under the podcasts, try not to put a space. So TorontoUnicorn, no space. And you'll see 6 podcasts. I've got Life Hack Your Breakup. It is a 30-episode mini-series podcast that I put together. That's basically grief counseling at a time of crisis. If somebody you know is going through a breakup, is sad, is their nervous system is disrupted, they don't know how to calm themselves down, send them my podcast. It is literally meant to give them life hacks to how to get through a grief of a breakup as easy as possible. Then I have Live Unapologetically with TorontoUnicorn. It's a few videos here and there of life advice, how to say no and mean it. One of my favorite topics is how to get people to shut the fuck up. And it's genuinely like raw, honest life advice on how to actually get people to shut up if you need them to shut up, like how to stop taking people's opinion, how to stop people pleasing. So that's Live Unapologetically. I've also got Sex and Swinging. That's my podcast about the swinger lifestyle. Lots of interviews with swingers, singles, couples, things like that. And, some advice and insights I've learned along the way. I also have my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle. That is the podcast I've just converted into a video podcast for Spotify. And it is basically a copy of my YouTube channel with a few extra episodes of things that were too hot for YouTube. Oh my God, what are my other podcasts? Okay. Oh yeah. Sex stories. I have a podcast where I talk in graphic detail about my sex. So there you go. I feel like I was just quizzed. So anyways, let me just read a few more questions here. Michelle says, I'm so happy you found someone good. You deserve to be happy. Thank you. It's funny. I found the guy of my dreams in my late 30s and I'm 41 now. So I can't wait to talk about what I learned about love and the heartbreak along the way and trying to find love, because I have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of stories to share about, the mistakes I've made in relationships, but how those mistakes made me a better partner and a better person and a more healed person, so that when I did find the right guy, I was ready for him. I wasn't making the same emotional mistakes that I made in past relationships, right? So I think I really learned a lot of how the process kind of came about before I met what I would like to call a soulmate. I've been wrong before, so whatever. But I do think that he's the guy. I think that he's the guy. So we'll see. Okay. Um, Thank you so much, you guys, for participating. Joseph, your comments are wonderful. Thank you for connecting, and yeah, my responses are authentic, and everything else about me is as well. So, oh, John, you and your blow up doll broke up after 20 years. Well, the good news is I know a website that can sell you one because I used to do the review videos for those. Hey, you know what? I took those off YouTube too. I took off the videos of me reviewing sex dolls because it was too graphic, but now I'm wondering if I can put those on Spotify. Stay tuned. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me explain where I've been and the podcast. And I'm sorry it took so long to come live with you guys, but be honest with you, sometimes I'm afraid of going live because I'm afraid of saying something I can't edit out or outing somebody by name by accident. So I almost just want to cut my losses and, and whatnot. Okay, last question from King James. What made you decide to go balls to the wall and put yourself out there publicly on YouTube? I've been in the lifestyle for years, but super discreet. Well, the good news is that I've always been an oversharer, and I like if I went and discovered knitting and found knitting to be that exciting, I would have made a YouTube channel about knitting. Okay. It's just that I was already an oversharer, and then I found the sex positive lifestyle. I found a bunch of people that liked my sex jokes, didn't get me in trouble for bringing up sex. And I was like, people need to know about this because I think there's a lot of people out there like me who like being sex positive, who want to be around people who are also sex positive. And so that's why I put balls to the wall, my content on YouTube with my face showing proudly. Is guess what? You can meet people like me, like R, like Amelia, like Tanya, like Curly Vixen, like Peekaboo, like the list goes on. You can meet great people in the lifestyle. It's not all about sex. I mean, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. I haven't slept with most of my girlfriends. It's just, we're just friends that hang out at sex clubs. So, anyways, I think I've said the S word too many times for YouTube. So I'm going to just cut it there. But thank you again for engaging. And please do leave comments on any videos you watch and give it a like. I do read the comments. I try to respond to as many as possible. And it just means the world to me. And also, you can leave comments on Spotify. If you watch my video podcast on Spotify and you leave a comment, first of all, my heart will diddle diddle and I will respond to you on Spotify. So once again, appreciate you guys all. And yeah, until next time. Bye, guys.